A recent McDowell Group survey for the Juneau Economic Development Plan found that housing is seen as the #1 barrier to economic development. What can the Assembly do to increase the number of housing units to meet the needs of Juneau's population?
Good question, and thank you very much. I think it's up to the Assembly to create the environment to get good starter homes into the neighborhoods. I think it's also a three-legged case of the Assembly and the finance and construction working together to lower barriers, if there are any, and to get economic incentive into building houses and good starter homes for people who want to make their homes here on a permanent basis. Thank you.
Same question.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the line of work I work in, so I see this every day. I think the biggest thing that the city can do is continue with increasing density. We need to build tighter together where we can. We need to build up where we can, but we also need to build out where we can. So we need to increase the availability of land. The city and borough of Juneau owns about 20,000 acres of property, and it's time to start letting some of that into the hands of our community. This will help increase our tax base and diversify our economy. While we're getting rid of some of the land and putting it into the hands of people, we also need to consider the needs of commerce and development, because all of these people need to have jobs as well.
Hello, and I just wanted to thank Juneau Votes, K2, and Juneau Empire for hosting us here today before I get to answering the question. Affordable housing is one of my priorities. I have a lot of friends who are my age who told me that they are only going to be able to rent and never be able to buy because they pay more than I do for my mortgage and their rent. What we need to do is have responsible open development so that we work with communities where development is happening so it meets their desires and needs to keep the community spirit the way it has been in the past. And we also need to incentivize things like mother-in-law apartments and accessory apartments, either through lowering water rates to encourage it, having a revolving loan fund to help cover capital requirements, and changing laws so they can go from 600 square feet to 1,000.
This next question is for all area-wide candidates. We'll start with Norton Gregory. There are an estimated 600 homeless people in Juneau. What can be done to address Juneau's homeless problem?
I agree with the community that Juneau does have a homeless problem. The first thing that the community can do is review the statistics that are available and the reports that have been published by CBJ already in collaboration with JEDC. The next thing that we can do is we can streamline our efforts to find a solution to this problem. Scott Chambord is with the state of Alaska, and he has been working with the Housing First group and studying Rural Camp and their Housing First homeless housing in Anchorage, known as Carlick Manor. This year there has been a lot of effort and focus on homelessness in our community. As we know, at the end of this month there is a homeless coalition meeting. It's their annual meeting. This year it's being held in Juneau for the first time in 9 years. And I think that helps to really show the effort that's going forth towards finding a solution to this problem. So we need to support the efforts of Housing First in Juneau.
Again, thank you for this opportunity. It's really great to see so many people here. Regarding the homeless issue, I actually agree a lot with Norton. We have to continue to do the work that we've already started. There are groups in this community that have been working on this issue for some time, and they've already made recommendations. The Housing First model, which is basically wet housing for people who have some alcohol issues or substance abuse issues. We need to work on that. It's been very successful in Anchorage and Fairbanks. They both have relatively new facilities there, and that's something that we should be working on here, and we are working on here. So I support those efforts, and with the community working together for practical solutions, can accomplish a lot.
Yes, I've been with Catholic Community Services for about 9 years now as a board member, and there's two areas of homeless. There is the homeless that we'll always have. There will always be need, and we need our social services providers to help that group of people. And the Housing First model is a good place. There's other models, what Dan Austin has assembled out in the valley. But more importantly, let's try to prevent the homeless problem, and by increasing economic opportunity in this community, to make sure that there is the daycare, so somebody doesn't have to quit a job, so that there are jobs available for people that come into town and aren't resorting to homelessness in the first place.